Hi, I'm Sheriff Mark Garber, and I'm here today to talk to you about the Family Justice Center. In my personal experience as a felony prosecutor here in the 15th JDC, as well as being the Sheriff of Lafayette Parish, I've had a unique perspective on how domestic violence affects our community. Domestic violence not only affects the direct victims of the crimes, but also their families and their children especially. Having a center like the Family Justice Center enables and invites victims of domestic violence, whom we all know are oftentimes reluctant to come forward due to pressures in their home environment, into an inviting atmosphere where they can share what happened to them and be treated with dignity and respect. Also, just as important are the children of the domestic violence victims, who in large part are the female part of the household. The children having a place to come that's not a police station, that's not a government-like building with austere surroundings, also lessens the long-term impact on the children, which we can all agree is very, very important. Additionally, going forward with the prosecution and further investigation of these offenses, separating a domestic violence case from a general criminal track takes it out of the normal delays associated with prosecuting a criminal case in an already overburdened justice system. The Family Justice Center is a unique collaboration between the Lafayette Police Department, the Lafayette Sheriff's Office, and the 15th Judicial District District Attorney, which enables a streamlined process for victims, prosecutors, and law enforcement to combine their forces and successfully and efficiently prosecute domestic violence crime.
Well, as chief of the Lafayette Police Department, it's important to me that we participate in these types of programs that assist the victims and survivors of domestic violence, and on so many levels, for the kids, for the survivors themselves, also from our officers. You know, domestic violence can be detrimental to any community. It's dangerous for the folks living through it. It's dangerous for the officers who respond. Having a one-stop shop, a facility like this available to our community is vital in getting rid of domestic violence forever. It's very important. As we all know, domestic violence is about power and control. This facility gives power and control to survivors, and we're 100% behind it.
I heard about the Family Justice Center after I filed my first restraining order against my husband in February of this year. The condition of my heart walking into the center was just very confused, very shaken, and honestly just afraid. I sat down with an advocate and she asked me a series of questions about the nature of the problems I was facing at home. She was the first one to actually define domestic violence for me. I realized I was confused because the professional counseling I had treated the violence in my home like it was a shared problem, like I had my part in it as much as he had his. So once she named it and explained that violence against me wasn't my fault, even partially, I just felt this overwhelming relief. That first meeting for me was such a hopeful place to start. The most important thing my advocate gave me that day was confidence in myself as a mother, in my intuitions. I started walking more confidently in the choices I had to make to keep my family safe. I've used the Family Justice Center now for 11 months. I participate in the weekly group sessions, and I bring my children here with me. They have a sweet advocate of their own, which is an extra level of accountability really in the midst of this. The biggest result is that today I'm safe, my children are safe, and they have a mom who's emotionally healthy, and they're emotionally healthy. I'm so thankful for the center for helping me accomplish that.
I'm Keith Stutz. I'm the District Attorney for the 15th Judicial District, the parishes of Lafayette, Acadia, and Vermilion. I am a working partner in the Family Justice Center and very proud to be a part of it. Our basic involvement is, and our goal and our mission is, to take as quick action as possible in those settings where there is some violence, potential violence that can be occasioned. I'm very proud to say that we've been very successful in that effort, and we look forward to a continuing involvement in the center for years.
I'm Major Art LeBreton, Enforcement Commander of the Lafayette Parish Sheriff's Office. As a veteran law enforcement officer with 32 years of service, I have responded to and investigated countless domestic violence complaints in our community. My experience has led me to participate as a member of the Lafayette Domestic Violence Council. I'm very proud to serve on the council. Many volunteers that have come before me on this council envisioned the creation of a local family justice center for the Acadiana area. The establishment of this center is an accomplishment I am proud of, and it is a testament to the survivors that our criminal justice partners and this community support ending the cycle of violence. The Lafayette Parish Sheriff's Office provides a part-time investigator to the Family Justice Center to apply proactive investigative techniques to fully investigate reported crimes to support prosecution. This includes domestic battery, sexual assault, child endangerment, harassing or threatening telephone calls, and the enforcement of protective orders. The Sheriff's Office, together with our local law enforcement partners, advocates, civil attorneys, prosecutors, and the Faith House, collectively provide survivors and their children with the necessary resources in a safe, secure, centralized location to assist them on the path to recovery.
Okay, I'm Holly Howitt. I'm the Executive Director of the Lafayette Parish Criminal Justice Coordinating Committee, and I was very excited to be part of the Family Justice Center of Acadiana. Actually, all of our criminal justice agencies were very excited about this. I represent multiple criminal justice agencies, and we all work together for public safety and justice. And domestic violence is an area that's been a priority for us for several years, really since the beginning of the CJCC. When Faith House and the Lafayette Domestic Violence Council came to us with the idea for the Family Justice Center, we worked really closely with them to develop that, to make sure that all of the criminal justice collaborative partnerships were in place, and it was just a great opportunity to help.
My name is Sarah Ritchie, and I've been a member of the Board of Directors of Faith House of Acadiana since 2011, and I served as president of the board during the planning and the opening of the Family Justice Center of Acadiana. One of the things about the National Family Justice Center model that is so striking and encouraging to me is that all of the research demonstrates that domestic violence homicide is predictable and preventable. So what we do here at the FJCA of Acadiana is co-locate services, co-locate agencies, and share information so that we can predict and prevent death. We have seen in other parts of the country that this model works, and it works tremendously to reduce domestic violence related homicide. 75% decrease. That's what we're seeing across the nation in regions that have implemented the Family Justice Center model.
So for us to actually have a one-stop shop where we can aid a survivor and actually help a survivor is unbelievable. And the city of Lafayette has done that. This place has done wonders for many people, continues to do wonders for many people. So I'm excited just to be a part of this particular organization, and I'm excited that Lafayette Police Department can be a part of something like this. So I just would like to say congratulations on the first year, and know that Lafayette Police Department will continue to assist this organization because they're doing wonders in the community.
Hi, I'm Kim, the Executive Director of Hearts of Hope, and it has been such an exciting year for us to be a community partner along with the Family Justice Center of Acadiana. We've really been able to just expand our services to survivors of sexual assault and domestic violence, and just kind of incorporate a new way of doing things where we're all together working for the best outcome for survivors.
I've been investigating domestic violence and sexual assault crimes for 16 years. Working with victims of these crimes at the Family Justice Center is helpful. When I speak with victims here at the center, an advocate is available to sit in and provide support. If a victim decides to apply for a protective order, they can get help with that all in one day, all in one spot. When survivors see there's a whole team of people working for them, I find they are more willing to cooperate with the criminal investigation.
Detective Dorian Brabham with the Lafayette Police Department. Since January 2016, I've been assigned permanently to the Family Justice Center of Acadiana. It is a nice place to work. Survivors of domestic violence can come here, in a more comfortable setting and meet with the police and just express themselves in whatever manner they see fit. And every time they come here, the police officer they deal with is going to be me. So they don't have to call 911 and have a random officer show up and someone that's very unfamiliar with them and may not be understanding to the situation that's taking place right now. And we can also train other officers on responding to domestic violence calls and make them more aware of the situations that are taking place inside of our community and make them more in touch with the survivor's needs on scene, such as live-ins and obtaining protective orders and getting reports back faster to the survivor. And it's been rewarding to see people come in and out of the center and just feel more at ease when speaking to the police.
My name is Geraldine Siefker. I am the staff attorney with Faith House, housed here at the Family Justice Center, and I represent survivors in the protective order proceedings that they typically file on their own, and then I will come in and help them at the hearings, and then I will subsequently file for divorce and or custody and support if they require that type of assistance, and I will basically continue that representation with them through the conclusion of the case. It's important that they have representation due to the fact that so often the legal system is intimidating in and of itself, and when abusers come in with an attorney or even on their own, that whole process is extremely terrifying and re-traumatizing actually for the survivors. So along with their advocates, it's extremely helpful to have legal representation, and we do the best we can to provide that representation for them as quickly as possible.
Hello, my name is Jeffrey Correll. I'm the chairman of the Lafayette Volunteer Lawyers, a local organization comprised of volunteer attorneys who provide free legal services to victims of domestic violence and indigent citizens in the Acadiana area. Over the past year, we've partnered with Faith House and the Family Justice Center to assist victims of domestic violence. This partnership has allowed us to represent more individuals, men, women, and children, and allowed us to work with local agencies to obtain evidence and secure great results for all victims and ensure their protection.
My name is Amelia Pardo. I'm an assistant district attorney with the Lafayette Parish District Attorney's Office. The Family Justice Center of Acadiana has been a great benefit for me as I do all misdemeanor domestic abuse battery. It has helped to further my cases and benefit the victims, such that it gives them a point of contact, a place that they can go to meet with a detective if there's follow-up information that they have. It's a place that they can go to get an advocate. It's a place that they can go to have someone sit with them in a protective order hearing and let them know what information they need. This was information victims didn't have before, and I oftentimes, as their initial point of contact, I'm the first person they hear from. And when they hear from me that there's places that they can go and people and services out there to help them, they're very appreciative. It's been a great benefit to our office and to further prosecution.
The Family Justice Center has been absolutely amazing in all the help that they've given me and my family. It's hard enough sometimes to find the courage to leave an abusive situation, and having the emotional support from my advocate, the legal help from the ADA's office and the Lafayette City Police all in one place made it so much easier to find the courage to get the help and support that I needed for me and my family. It's hard to find the words to express how grateful I am for everything that the Family Justice Center has done to help me and my family. I will be eternally grateful.
To all the survivors of domestic violence, you're not alone. I'm not on the front lines. You won't see my face if you come to the Family Justice Center, but I'm here supporting in the background, me and a whole bunch of other people in the criminal justice system. People like people in the clerk's office that file orders of protective custody so that they can do it quickly and effectively. People in the Acadiana Crime Lab that process evidence. People like me that work on policies and programs just to make sure that you're safe and we're doing the very best work that we can do. So, you know, I just want everybody again to know you're not alone. There's a whole array of people standing behind you waiting to help you.